Now I'm going to show you how we can configure the EIGRP stub on switch 1. It's so easy. Router EIGRP, for example, Arash, this is the initial mode, and then address family IP v4 unicast. You can use the stub command, stub, that's it. Stub command, and also we have some options here. Let me to write here, router config, router EIGRP tag, okay, router config router. The first command is address family IPv4 unicast, and then router config, for example, router AF, we should use the stub command. Beside of a stub, you can use stub direct, means please advertise only direct subnets. Or you can use a stub, for example, static, means please advertise only static subnets. Statics stub summary, please advertise only summary routes. Redistributed, please advertise only redistributed networks. Or you can use, for example, receive only. This means that don't advertise any subnet to the, for example, neighbors. And if you use this update, this option, receive only, this means that the switch only should learn the EIGRP update and should not send any update to other neighbors. And finally, we can use the leak map feature. If you use the leak map features and after that a map name, this means that please leak only these routes. Okay, let me to configure only a stub here. Okay, now switch 1 is the EIGRP stub, and after that, for example, NXOS2, we can check the first routing table, show IP route. Look at here, show IP route EIGRP. Only the 10100 is received with the router 1 and also 1013, because if you see show IP EIGRP neighbors, for example, detail, it says to you my neighbor, the router 1, is a stub peer and only advertising the connected and direct. Connected means direct, and also summary routes. By default, when you are using the stub keyword here, this means that the default behavior is the advertising of the connected means direct and also summary routes. Okay, because of that, when you are configuring a stub, this means that please advertise only connected and also summary routes. And also, as you can see here, some suppressing queries means please don't advertise the query to the NXOS1. Okay, after that, here now we have two routes. Both of these two paths are the connected networks in the NXOS1, and NXOS1 doesn't advertise 10300/24 to the NXOS2 because this route learned from the neighbor and should not advertise to other neighbor. I am a EIGRP stub. Let's check the NXOS3's routing table. Do show IP route, for example, EIGRP. As you can see here, again, we have 10100 and also 10120/24. And we don't have 10200. Why? Because NXOS1 only advertises connected and also summary routes to the, for example, its neighbors. This is the feature of a stub. Let me to show you another option. For example, a stub receive only. When you are using a stub receive only, this means that switch 1 should not advertise any update to the NXOS2 and NXOS3 and only should learn updates. Look at here, show IP route EIGRP show us that in NXOS1, in switch 1, we have both of 10200 and 10300/24. But switch 1 doesn't advertise this update to the NXOS2 and NXOS3. Let me to show you. In NXOS3, show IP EIGRP neighbors detail show us that our stub peer does not advertise any routes to me. Look at to show IP route EIGRP, we don't have any route received from the EIGRP. And in NXOS3, if you check show IP route, for example, EIGRP, we don't have any routes received from the EIGRP. If you configure EIGRP receive only, means please do not advertise any route to the neighbors, only you should learn yourself. And if you use direct, means please advertise only directly connected networks. If you use static, means please advertise only static routes to the neighbor. and summary means please advertise only summary learned route to the neighbors. And also redistributed means please advertise the redistributed routes to the neighbor. And finally, we have a link map option. All of these options are available in iOS. Okay. NXOS and iOS about the stop has the same feature, but in iOS we are using the EIGRP stop command and we don't have direct option, we have connected option. But in NXOS we have a stop command without the keyword of EIGRP, and also we can use direct instead of the connected. This is the configuration of a stop in the NXOS. Don't forget, if you need to find the stop neighbors, you can use show IP EIGRP neighbors detail, and it says to you that this neighbor is a stop neighbor with which routes advertised to me. And the final command that you can use for verifying the stop features is show IP EIGRP. Let me show you. In the switch one, now we can see that the stop routing is enabled and the stop option is receive only. This is a command that you can use for example, for verifying the stop features enabling, and after that we can find which stop options are available and are configured. You can use, for example, EIGRP stop, connected, summary, and other features. One or more option can be enabled in the EIGRP stop. With the show IP EIGRP, we can find which options are configured with the stop command.